Hi, how you doing? So I'm going to put my thoughts on Warhammer Quest. This is just a vlog really on some stuff to do with the recent little post that said that Warhammer Quest, or at least Cursed City, is no longer going to be available. So if you haven't heard, which you have, it's the only reason you come here, is that a community representative, or a media spokesperson, I should say, so that it's no longer going to be printed and it's no longer going to be available online. Well, they said that they weren't expecting it to be available online. So that means that the bosses haven't fully confirmed to that media representative that it's no longer going to be available. So I wouldn't put too much emphasis at all on a tweet saying it's no longer going to be available, because that guy, as much as he's the person that presents information out to the community, he's not the guy in charge. And it is a very profitable company, right? So their board members aren't going to be abandoning this yet, as my opinion. But I will say this, and this is what is interesting. So Games Workshop manufactures, I should point out by the way, so I got this by kind of chance. So I was not going to get it because I looked at it being played by the people who got like the free copies, and I was like, I don't really care. And I like the old one, as you may know. But then a supplier, so where I get my Games Workshop stuff, or one of the places I get my stuff, sent an email saying that they had stock back in. So I guess someone cancelled their pre-order, and I basically, the second I got that email, put it in a cart and then thought about it for 10 minutes, because you have 10 minutes to decide whether you're going to buy it or not, and then I bought it. And so now I have it, and it's still in its plastic, and considering I haven't even taken the miniatures out of my Indominus box yet, this may stay in its plastic for a while. Now, what is interesting about them cancelling this is it's been pointed out that it was like it's from China, and that's the problem, right? So they're saying that they're going to be tariffed a lot more because it is made in China, and as a result they're going to get charged a lot more. Now this says made in the UK. This says designed in the UK. This is much older, right? So I don't think this was printed after they were leaving the EU. I think this was printed well before that. So they weren't really hiding that some of the miniatures were coming from China. So I don't think that this, I think you could make a case that this wasn't printed from China, but I'm not from Games Workshop, so I couldn't tell you. There is a German thing here though, represented by German, manufactured by, and then it says in the UK. The thing I will point out is this, I believe, was manufactured again in the UK. This potentially was that the thing where they produce it from China and then the box was manufactured in the UK, whatever their rules or loopholes around it. But if you got one of these, when it came out, it took 8 months for it to get someone like me that pre-ordered it. It took a very, very long time. So what I think they do is I don't think they might contract out their machining of these, so they'd be like casted, extrusion casting, or whatever they may do. And if they contract it out, it's possible that in order for them to say, okay, we want to print more, they get like a retooling fee, and then it costs them a lot of money to have to reprint something. So they don't like reprinting. They probably have a list. You're going to print this, 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 this. And if they want to then put this back into the printing line, they probably get charged some sort of like retooling cost. So I reckon they just don't want to spend that money. The thing about all the Warhammer Quests, at least the recent ones, and even the old one, they run for about 3 to 4 years, and it's been pretty consistent, right? They run it for like 4 years, and then 3 of those years they have expansions. They did that from 1995. They've done it for Silver Tower. They did it for Blackstone Fortress. Possibly they'll do it for this. Possibly they won't. It looks like this game has, features from 1995 with the random cards coming out. It looks like this was made to be their best product that they have so far. Although I obviously like the 1995 one the best. So I don't think they're going to completely abandon it. I think what they want to do, and why they've deleted all their stuff, is they are moving it to the end of their production line. So they want to release all their stuff. They don't want to waste any money by preventing... I know I'm pointing at these, but imagine like this is a new Terminator set, right? So they're going to release... they're going to release the Legion of the Damned, right? And they're going to start with their Terminators. People buy into the hype. You saw this box sell out. People want the stuff as a pre-order. They want to be the first to have it. People that sell commissions, they want to be the first to paint it and sell it. That drives sales. Okay, when you have a new product come out, there's excitement. People want to buy it. So getting a second print of Cursed City is not going to make them as much money as releasing the Legion of the Damned, right? If they released the Legion of the Damned, that would sell out. If they release a new Goblin War Boss, which they won't because they've got Skarsnik, but they might, that would sell out. Maybe not. Legion of Damned definitely would. But if they're going to sell this out, why would they pause the release of this and pause all their profits to rerun Cursed City? So I don't think they've abandoned the product. I think they have deleting everything, so there's no questions about it anymore. There's no continue being hyped about this. They want you to go into your local store and buy the stock because there is stock available still. Because like Moloch, right, and his cards just had the cards in them. You can't buy that online. I have one. I bought it a month ago, right? Stock is in stores. And as much as Games Workshop has moved their products to sell online because they make a bigger profit margin, they're not going to completely abandon their stores and say, okay, we don't care that you have product. We'll just reprint it and just, they might actually, to make some money. But stores have them so that you can get them. So I absolutely don't believe for a second that you cannot get this anymore. So I wouldn't be worried. So even if I didn't get this, I probably wouldn't have cared too much. I can tell you what miniatures So these are the miniatures you're going to find in 1995's Warhammer Quest running around. You're going to get your Witch Hunter with the old Witch Hunter rules. You're going to get the Noble with the old Noble rules. Maybe. There was an Ogre, I think. But I think the Ogre was the enemy. So the miniatures I like, just by the way, if you really care. Because I don't think they're that fantastic. People are going around like, these are the most fantastic miniatures I've ever seen in my life, oh my gosh. I won't play her as the War Dancer, but I think her miniature is pretty nice. Of all the new Elven miniatures, and I think the new Elf miniatures kind of suck. I think they're called A-Elves or whatever now. This one's actually really nice. I really like this one. I don't think the Witch Hunters, I hear a lot, it's like, this is the best miniature that's ever been made. Oh my gosh. I think this is better, for one. But I think that's better. I think that, she's cool. I like her. I don't know what animal this is that she killed just so she could wear it on her back, but... Imelda. Braskov. Jelson Darok. Dagnay Holdenstock. What? Culathus? This? The Exile. Dun dun dun. She was exiled from the forest. Galario? Van Alten? Octrin Glimscree? Why don't they just call him Jeff? Cleona Zigand Gale and Brutov Corpse Eater, huh? Ilfenwatch, Gorslav the Gravekeeper. He's gross. Look at this dude. Look at him there in the background all blurry. I can't be bothered adjusting my camera. So that's my thoughts on Cursed City as the reprints. My thoughts on Cursed City as the game, which I don't think really you care about because I haven't opened the box, so what the hell would I know? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't buy into Blackstone Fortress because I thought it was too much of a board game, if that it won't make sense to me saying that. But it felt like you had everything set out. The enemies were already out, although they came out as blips sometimes, which I thought was good. And then it was like, okay, there's a corridor there. We just have to like cover that corridor, and these enemies are gonna do whatever. Who cares? And then they might come back. So they kind of spring up on you. I don't. From what I've seen of people playing this, and I doubt it's an error. They know how to play. It's the enemies are here, and then they all come out, and they just slowly come towards you, which is a bit weird. What I would like is, and it is in the game, where like they go to that treasure piece and they unlock the treasure piece, and then monsters might appear on them. So that kind of is better in that sense. But I don't know how you can kind of make it, apart from the just cards randomly coming out, how you can make it any different. I think though it would be, potentially you could have, okay, the treasure comes out here and then it's random where the monsters will appear from. But I mean, I kind of like the new version of the game. Like playing the 1995 version with my nephew is a bit of a nightmare. He uses the miniatures as like dice and like, whereas this would be a lot simpler for him. It's probably better. But yeah, I can't really talk about it. I'm probably not going to open this for a long time. But hopefully by the time I do open it, I'm a better miniature painter and I can paint them kind of nice. Trying to see what my newest miniatures look like. They look trash. Got a little wizard. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because no one's actually going to watch this video, and it is a vlog, right? I was going to so I was either going to buy Skarsnik and have to put him on a 60mm base. This guy is the old war boss, right, from Battle from Skull Pass. So I'm going to put him on a 60mm base. Right, this is the giant squig, which of course the squig's now bigger than that. So we're going to have a 60mm base, so it's bigger than, that's a 50mm base, right? So it's going to be bigger than this base. And I'm going to see if I can dodgy up some like spears, because you're supposed to have the 3-pronged spear. So I'm going to like try to make one and then put little banners behind him. I wanted to have little snotmans surrounding him as well. Or I could just buy the Skarsnik model and put that on the 60mm base. You know what else is sad, right? So this guy took me. Let's just break my little setup there. You can see all my trash here. Game of Grass. I found a store that has everything. It was amazing. Autofocus is not working. But say these two miniatures, right? They look half decent, don't they? They took like 5 minutes. This guy took hours. So I'm sad. I'm sad that this guy took hours. And really, he looks like hot trash up close. He looks horrible up close. From far away, he kind of looks okay. Right? But I should put him in my little Warhammer Quest game. He's adorable. I literally bought the whole Skull Pass for this miniature. I like him. I'm going to put him in my Goblin armies. I've started to play Age of Sigmar. Played my first game. I got beat by 2 points. But the reality is I was always going to lose that game. Like, it was inevitable. I was really not great. Like, it was a foregone conclusion from the beginning. But it was fun. I like it. I'm going to play it more. I was going to talk about painting as well in a different video, because this guy is kind of proving me a fool. Right? I've painted this guy, and I've not finished painting him, but I've painted him so many times, and this thing has always gone bad, so I'm starting to think the metal underneath it is really rough. That looks not great, by the way. But we'll see. They were just my thoughts. So this is, I guess, a little vlog, a million times shorter than all my other videos. Unopened Moloch, maybe. Actually, no, I think that's open. Do I have two of these? I don't even know.